The Toronto Maple Leafs had a lot of terrible draft picks in the 1980s, but the best player they probably discovered was one they never drafted, and it's still a head scratcher why they and the other teams in the NHL never drafted this guy, because he turned into not only an NHL superstar, he was a great player for Team Canada, a great squad mate, played 2 decades at the highest level, and also gave back after his NHL career as an AC to the NHL. We got to be talking about the very, very talented Mr. Stumpy, Steve Thomas. Now, Stephen Anthony Stumpy Thomas was born in Stockport, Cheshire, England on July 15th, 1963. Now, he's a right winger who played 20 seasons in the NHL for the Leafs, the Blackhawks, the Islanders, the Devils, the Mighty Ducks, and Detroit Red Wings. Now, on June 30th, 2006, he continued his NHL path by being named as AC for the St. Louis Blues. Now, Thomas went undrafted after his junior career after some great seasons with Markham of the OPJHL and the Toronto Marlies of the OHL. Now, with Markham over 2 seasons, he had 90 goals and 172 points. He graduated to the Marlies finally in 83, where he put up 38 points in 61 games. In 84, his draft-eligible year, he had 105 points in 70 games, but again remained undrafted. Now, there was some question why he was not drafted. A lot of people believe that as a 21-year-old, maybe people didn't want to take a chance on him, for whatever reason, or 21-year-old entering the league in 84. Now, he signed as a free agent with Toronto in 85. In his first season, he put up some okay numbers in the minors, but only had 2 points in a short stint with the Leafs in 18 games. Now, he was raised in Markham, and Markham is always known to be producing some really great players, especially through the Markham District High School. Now, he, according to one legend, he often coasted in school on his hockey skills, but he once had a teacher tell him to smarten up, Steve. Hockey can only take you so far. Now, prior to playing in the NHL, Thomas won the Dudley Red Garrett Memorial Award in 85 as a top rookie in the AHL while playing for St. Catharines Saints. When he turned into a full-time NHLer, he turned into a major star with Toronto, scoring 35 goals in the 87 season. After a few successful years with Toronto, he was traded to Chicago Blackhawks and then played for Chicago until 92 and then was traded to New York Islanders. It would be with the Islanders that Thomas would have his best years. In 93, he scored 37 goals and 50 assists for a career high of 87 points. Now, during the playoffs, when Islanders superstar Pierre Turgeon was injured by a Dale Hunter check in the first round, Thomas and teammate Ray Ferraro emerged as the unlikely heroes of the Islanders' playoff run. Mold made the top 10 in postseason scoring as the Islanders made their Cinderella run to the Prince of Wales Conference Finals, only to lose to eventual Stanley Cup champions, the Montreal Canadiens, in 5 games. The next year, he set a career high in goals with 42. Now, he had a second stint with the Leafs from 98 to 2001 and Chicago in 2001-02 before moving to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. His career looked to be over with Chicago. However, the trade to the Ducks instantly rejuvenated his career. After scoring just 4 goals with the Blackhawks, Thomas had 10 goals in the final 12 games of the season with the Ducks and added 4 more goals in the postseason as the team made it to their first Stanley Cup Finals. The Ducks had wanted to keep Thomas for 2004 as well, but they ran out of money, and Thomas's absence negatively affected his former line mates. Now, despite being considered a great playoff player, Thomas was never able to capture the Stanley Cup in his career. He came close in 2003 when the Mighty Ducks made it to the finals, but they lost to the Devils in 7 games. Thomas eventually signed a 1-year contract in 2004 with the Detroit Red Wings before the 2005 NHL lockout and proved effective playing on a line with youngster Pavel Datsyuk and Brett Hull. At one stretch of the season, Thomas had 10 points in 13 games, and he enjoyed more ice time than initially expected due to injuries among the Wings' key roster players. They finished first in the league but lost in the second round of the playoffs to the Flames. Now, after the 2005 lockout, he was invited to the Maple Leafs tryout for 2005-06, but was cut before the regular season started. Now, Thomas is also part of some of the bigger trades of the 1980s and 90s. Now, he was traded to Chicago by Toronto with Rick Vive and Bob McGill for Al Secord and Ed Olczyk. He was traded to the Islanders by Chicago with Adam Creighton for Brent Sutter and Brad Lauer, and he was traded to the New Jersey Devils by the Islanders for Claude Lemieux on October 3rd, 1995. Now, he was signed by free agent by Toronto in 98, free agent by Chicago later on, then later traded for a Anaheim fifth-round draft pick, and again the final free agent signing by Detroit in 2003. Now, he has also been an assistant mentor coach for the St. Mike's Buzzers, a junior A team in Toronto. And on September 3rd, 2010, he was named player development consultant for the Lightning, working with former Red Wings teammate Steve Yzerman, who served as Tampa Bay's GM. Under this position, he monitored and oversaw all of Tampa Bay's prospect. He later worked as the Lightning's AC from 2012 to 2016. Now, final NHL totals: 1,235 games, 421 goals, 933 points. Playoff totals tremendous: 174 games, 107 points, including 55 goals. Now, in the regular season, some really great seasons. Again, a 30-goal scorer with Toronto, a 40-goal scorer with Chicago, a 40-goal scorer with the Islanders. He scored 26 with the Devils, an additional 28 and 26 with the Maple Leafs, and wrapped up his career with some okay totals towards the tail end. Again, now another thing for Team Canada, the World Championships, he put up some really impressive numbers. Over 4 tournaments, 91, 92, 94, 96. He played 29 games, 10 goals and 13 assists for 23 points, including 45 minutes and penalties. Now, he's also part of movie history, as he appeared in the 86 hockey team movie Youngblood alongside Rob Lowe and Keanu Reeves, and in one scene is memorably towel stamped by Patrick Swayze, which is kind of a bigger thing for the women fans of hockey than the male fans of hockey. Now, Steve is not the only NHL player in the family. His son Christian Thomas has been an NHL player for a few years, including for the Montreal Canadiens, after being drafted 40th overall by the Rangers in the second round of the 2010 draft. Now, in his third OHL season, Christian finished second in the league with 54 goals and sixth in the league in scoring with 99 points, while also tying for the league in power play goals. Now, the Thomas father and son are the only and first father-son combination to each score 50 goals in a single OHL season. So again, a possibility would have been for the Hall of Fame for him, but unfortunately came up short at the on the Stanley Cup level. But that 1990 season, where he played 20 games in Chicago's big playoff run, that really stands out. But like I said, Steve Thomas, a guy that knew where the net was, knew how to score, and big respect, and possibly, again, one of the best undrafted players of the modern era. Thanks for listening. Bye.